wonder why our minds chase status or obsess over luxury? This is Mind Matters. I'm Ivana, shining a light on the psychology behind our everyday pursuits, from money stress to social standing. I explore how we think so we can reshape our world from the inside out, because in the end, every mind matters. Hello everyone, welcome back to Mind Matters. My name is Ivana, and today I'm exploring a topic that fascinated me since childhood on so many levels. The relationship between our sense of smell, our emotions, and our memories. I'll look at how odors can unlock old recollections, how gut feelings and internal bodily signals interact with our noses, and even how certain smell-based techniques might sharpen cognitive health or enhance everyday life. I'm joining you from Luxembourg, a place known for its rich cultural tapestry, delicious cuisine, and strong family traditions. You might discover some interesting ways to apply these ideas right here at home, or anywhere you find yourself. I've been researching this subject for quite some time, and you'll hear me mention a few studies. I know that citations can sometimes feel a bit formal for a podcast, but I find it exciting to ground our discussion in real scientific findings. So whenever I mention a researcher, just think of it as me sharing little reference notes. So get comfortable, and let's spend the next few minutes or so exploring the hidden power of your nose. First, a quick note on why our sense of smell is unique. When you pick up a scent, say fresh baked bread, those odor molecules travel through your nose to the olfactory bulb, which is directly connected to parts of the brain that handle emotion and memory. Cleveland Clinic, 2023. We often take this for granted, but think about it. That's not the case with our other senses. For example, visual information typically routes through different brain pathways before reaching our emotional centers. This direct line could be why scents sometimes stir us more deeply than sights or sounds. Here in Luxembourg, many of us might associate certain pastries or local dishes with special family gatherings, holidays, or just cozy afternoons in a cafe. Those associations aren't just in your imagination. There's actual brain chemistry to explain why certain smells can instantly bring back feelings of warmth, nostalgia, or comfort. Now, let's look more closely at odor-evoked autobiographical memory. Researchers such as Hertz and Kupchak, 1995, suggest that smells are often the fast-track route to recalling emotional memories. One of their studies showed participants were more likely to bring up vivid recollections when prompted by scents rather than pictures or words. And in many cases, these recollections were emotionally richer. I find it fascinating, especially if you think about the smell of your grandmother's cooking or the distinct scent of a local bakery from childhood. For me, there's a specific aroma of plum cake that brings back my earliest memories of Sunday mornings. You can probably think of your own example right now, a fragrance that instantly catapults you to another time and place. According to Hertz, 2020, this is not merely nostalgia, it's tied to how our brains store and retrieve experiences. But it's not only about warm, fuzzy memories. Sometimes a scent can bring up sad or challenging experiences, which is one reason therapists and researchers have begun using scent-based exposure techniques to help individuals process difficult memories. Smell's power can be a double-edged sword, but it's one that holds transformative potential. Next, there's a concept that might sound a bit scientific at first, interoception. Essentially, interoception is about how we sense our internal bodily states, things like heartbeat, hunger, or butterflies in your stomach. It turns out that our sense of smell can influence these internal cues, sometimes in subtle ways. According to Hertz, 2023, pleasant scents can calm us down by affecting markers like heart rate and even cortisol levels. When you take in the aroma of lavender or chamomile, you might notice your breathing slows, and that's not your imagination. Your nervous system is responding. Here in Luxembourg, we have many natural settings: forests, parks, rivers. Taking a walk where you can smell fresh pine or wet leaves might be one of the simplest ways to reconnect with your body's internal signals. The layering of nature's scents with the act of walking can make you more aware of your breath, your posture, and your mood. Over time, regularly tuning into these smells might enhance emotional regulation and help you feel more grounded. If you're someone who often feels disconnected or struggles with stress, you might experiment with noticing your bodily reactions when encountering different scents. This is how real-world mindfulness can start to merge with scientific insights on smell and body awareness. Before we get into practical applications, I want to mention the idea of cross-modal flavor perception. Even though it sounds technical, it's basically about how taste isn't just about your taste buds. Smell does a big chunk of that work. If you've ever noticed that food tastes bland when you have a cold, you've experienced how crucial smell is for flavor. But it goes beyond that. Think of it as a conversation between your nose, your tongue, and even your eyes. Certain colors or textures might lead you to expect a sweet or savory taste, and the scent of specific spices can make a dish feel richer or spicier than it actually is. Researchers like Olofsson, 2024, note that this synergy is so powerful it can create flavor illusions. Consider Indian cuisine. Vibrant colors, the aroma of cumin or cardamom, and the interplay of sweet, sour, salty, and spicy elements. You might get a burst of heat on your tongue from chilies, but the layers of aroma from garlic, ginger, and coriander can dramatically shift how you perceive that spice level. Maybe it feels softer, deeper, or even more intense than it actually is. Meanwhile, in Luxembourg, some traditional dishes have more understated seasonings. Adding a hint of nutmeg or thyme can seem subtle, yet it still influences your overall flavor experience through scent. These multisensory interactions mean you're not just tasting your meal. You're experiencing it through a complex dialogue of smell, taste, sight, and even texture. From an everyday standpoint, this cross-modal interaction offers practical ways to experiment in the kitchen. If you want to cut back on sugar, you might add a drop of vanilla extract to trick your brain into perceiving more sweetness. Or if you'd like to reduce salt, use fresh herbs whose aromas amplify a savory impression. Now, for something that sparks a lot of curiosity, smell retraining therapy, sometimes shortened to SRT. This approach has been studied by Leon and Wu, 2023, among others, who point out that repeated exposure to specific scents like rose, lemon, clove, and eucalyptus can improve not only sense of smell, but also aspects of cognition and emotional well-being. Vance and Leonard, 2024, add that these scent exercises may sharpen memory recall over time, especially in older adults or those recovering from certain illnesses. What's interesting is that you don't have to wait until you have a medical reason to start practicing your sense of smell. Some people use it almost like a daily ritual, spending a few minutes each day focusing on a series of scents. Imagine this as a mini mindfulness session. You inhale a scent, note your reaction, your memories, even any subtle changes in your body. Over the long term, it might help keep your mind sharp and your emotional state more balanced. Just hop over to our Saturday's market to find distinctive aromas, fresh basil, local cheeses, or artisanal bread. All of these could form part of an informal smell training regimen. This is one of the most direct ways to apply smell science in everyday life. So how can you apply these insights in your day-to-day life? Let's break it down. Using scents as memory cues. If you're studying for an exam or preparing for a big presentation, you might sniff a particular fragrance, maybe peppermint or rosemary, while you review your notes. Hertz and Kupchik, 1995, suggest that consistent pairings of scent with learning can help with recall. Then, during the actual exam or presentation, a quick inhalation of that same scent could remind your brain of what you studied, creating a personal calming kit. Stress and anxiety can come out of nowhere. Having a kerchief with some of your favorite essential oil, or even just carrying a sachet of something soothing like dried lavender, can be a quick way to regulate emotions on the go. Herds 2023 points out that such scents can help modulate stress responses, offering a natural, portable form of relief. We've all hosted gatherings or had family get-togethers where the atmosphere felt off. Consider using gentle background scents like citrus in summer or cinnamon in winter to create a welcoming environment. People might not consciously realize it's the aroma, but it can set the tone. I love to think of smells as the invisible blocks of interior design. Exploring mindful tasting. Next time you have a favorite meal, pay extra attention to its aroma before you take a bite. Notice how your expectations of taste might change once the scent hits you. This can deepen your enjoyment and possibly even help with portion control because you'll feel more satisfied when you fully engage with the flavor experience. Incorporating smell practice into a routine. If you like the idea of smell retraining, pick 4 scents you like. They could be entirely different from one another, like a floral, a citrus, a spice, and a mint. Spend just a minute or two with each scent, focusing on what you feel, any memories that pop up, or any mental images. See if you notice changes in how well you detect subtle smells or shifts in your overall mood. We're fortunate to have a mix of influences, French, German, Belgian, and beyond. This melting pot means we have a wide range of aromas in our daily life. Whether it's strolling through a local market, savoring a specialty dish, or exploring the natural scents of our forests, every day can be an opportunity to engage more deeply with our sense of smell. One of my favorite parts of living here is noticing how certain scents bring people together, especially during celebrations and local festivals. The smell of mulled wine in winter or grilled sausages during the National Day celebration can spark both individual memories and collective nostalgia. Embracing these small details can enrich our daily routines and interpersonal connections. We've covered a lot how smell can trigger powerful autobiographical memories, how it affects our internal bodily states, how it shapes our perception of taste, and how we might train our noses to boost memory and emotional well-being. I hope this episode gives you a new appreciation for something we all do automatically: breathe in, breathe out, and pick up the scents around us. Over the next few days, maybe try a little experiment. Close your eyes when you're enjoying a morning coffee or walking past a bakery. Give your brain a moment to really register the aroma. Notice if any memories pop up or if your body relaxes. Maybe you suddenly recall a long-forgotten childhood vacation. Feel free to let me know. Thank you for joining me here on Mind Matters. I'm Ivana, and I appreciate you sharing part of your day with me. Next time, we'll continue exploring corners of the human mind that don't always get the spotlight. Until then, take a deep breath, appreciate the scents around you, and keep taking good care of your mind. I will link all the studies and references in the show's description. If you found this discussion insightful, please consider sharing it with friends, family, or colleagues. Let's keep the conversation going about how we can make this affluent corner of Europe a healthier, more equitable place for everyone. Until next time, remember, your mind matters, and taking care of it is the best investment you'll ever make.